Good morning. Welcome to Cosmic Compass Conversations. I'm happy everyone is here who could find your way here. And for those of you listening later, thank you for listening and watching. We're happy to have you. All right, what I'm going to do first is a little bit of breathing just to get this day has already started on a intensified scale in so many ways for so many of us. So it's really important to just breathe. So let's do that together and be comfortable. If you're busy and working and just want to bring your awareness inward a little bit, that's very helpful as well. So taking the time to just drop in, bring awareness to your breath. And one of the ways that I like to do that is we're going to breathe into the belly and just expand the belly and then exhale. As you exhale, drop your shoulders. And again, do whatever is right for you. Breathing in, expanding the belly. And on the exhale, relaxing the jaw and the shoulders, feeling your hips. And as you breathe in again, this time, if it's comfortable, breathing in through the soles of your feet. Expanding the belly. And exhaling. And if you're comfortable, sending those roots down into the earth, thanking all those who have come before. And breathing in, feeling that grounded, centered energy rising up from the earth. And allowing yourselves an opportunity to receive what they need to receive today. And on your exhale, relaxing jaw, shoulders, hips, and then just bringing your awareness back to your body, to your heart. When you're ready, you can just come back in, and I could do that for probably the next half an hour. But that just took us what, maybe 2 minutes of breathing, brings us back into our bodies and allows us some regulation during what are rather intense times, for certain. For certain. Okay. So as we begin today and begin this week, I'm using my mini deck because my other one I used for the Wheel of the Year on Saturday, and I still have it behind me on the floor in the big wheel. So I'm not done with it yet. So we're going to use my mini deck. So here we go. For this week, see if we can get that to come into some form of a you can do it. I know you can, camera. I know you can. There you go. So whoops. Oh, shoot. Okay. 3 of Wands. They're tiny little cards. 3 of Wands. And again, what is the narrative that you feel, sense, see? Again, there's a story here. What is your story with this card? If you tell me that you're gonna, go to Hawaii, that's fine too. But what is your story? What is this card showing you? This is an interesting card because there is a lot of information in this card. But I'll give you a little hint. The biggest piece of information is listening to your own guidance. So that's cool. That's your big hint. All right, next card for the week. Well, one of my favorites. I wonder if you're not supposed to have favorites, just like you're not supposed to have favorite children. I don't know. But one of my favorites, the Star. And again, what's your story here? And again, just like in a dream, you would want to connect with whatever piece of this feels important. So maybe you're the string today. Maybe you're this person. Maybe you're the star. Maybe you're the ground or all of the above. So again, what do you feel, sense, hear, know? And then our third card, and I'm moving quickly today because I really want time for Cindie because she's got so much to share with us. So, and I'll follow up with the astrology in the newsletter that hopefully we'll get to you. If not, just email me and I'll try to forward it a different way. Okay. Next card. Actually, I love this card too. I love you know how much I love the art. So the Eight of Pentacles. Okay. There's a story here. I know you all have a story for this one. And again, what's speaking loudly to you today? What stands out the most? Yeah. Excellent. Okay. So our three cards. Our three little mini cards. And again, you know, looking at the flow, we have wands, we have the star, and we have pentacles. So we have fire, we have a little bit more fire, and then we have a lot of grounded energy as well. Okay. So on that note, thank you for letting me know that. On that note, I'm going to bring in our guest, Cindie Ambar. Cindie, I'm going to highlight you now, spotlight you, add spotlight. There you are. Yay, with
Ooh.
the cat behind you. Um, uh, Most of you probably know Cindie already, but Cindie, um, you know, by the way, Cindy's new website, awesome. Your new website, awesome. Um, Cindie, how would you like to describe yourself today?
Let's see. I am recovering type A anxiety aholic turned who I previously like had high level administrative jobs, all that, who literally had to get hit on the head,
Oh, yeah.
fall on her knees to discover my life's purpose, which is doing healing work with animals, communicating with animals and healing work with animals and humans, communicating with animals, and being their advocate. I do much more pro bono work than I do paid work anymore, and maybe my clothes aren't as nice as they used to be, but I'm supremely happy.
Yes, and that joy, that happiness, that fulfillment, that's really important, obviously.
I
Obviously.
I have never regretted it for a second. And you guys, so much of my healing has come through the animal community. There are teachers, there are healers, they're the highest, most sentient beings on the planet. And I'm just really grateful to be of service to them. The book I've recently written, The Magic and the Wisdom of the Big Cats, is the first book I've ever written. I wrote it in 3 months, and in February. So he's here with us. I don't know if he'll say anything today, but my leopard friend Brave from Cindie Sanctuary in South Africa is here actually with me on the call and had some advice for me today.
Ooh,
Um, but basically in February, he told me I was writing a book.
yes,
I started in March, and the rest is history.
yes.
So, and really, my intent was to show people just, I mean, all animals are incredibly magic and special.
Mhm.
But, cats are going through really difficult circumstances all over the world.
Yeah.
And it's really important to me for people to understand who they are, why they're here, and what they have to offer us. And really, in terms of the information that was channeled to me for the book, well, first of all, I want to tell everybody, look, it's a real shit show out there right
Yeah.
now.
Yep.
No ifs, ands, or buts about it,
Yeah.
but we're not, this is a temporary phase that we're going through. The animals are very clear. They've been very clear with me for years
That's
that they're
really
gathering
good.
their collective energy to
Hmm.
support the earth, because all of this horrible stuff that's happening is really us just shedding all of our old anger, all of our old fear, all of the practices and beliefs that don't serve us. And the animals and the healers have been, have known for a long time that we're moving from third dimensional reality where there's competition and lack and all of that into a fifth dimensional reality where there is, there's collaboration, there's love, um, and really, there are four or five main themes to the book. It's the animals that came here to incarnate on this planet came specifically to help mankind, and they will support us if we can open our hearts and listen. And just a statement from Rain, this beautiful white lion at Love Lions Alive. We work together for the good of all, as well as our own species. We not only work to heal the animals, but work together to bring in love and support for the people who care for them, as well as working together to heal the world. To heal the world, one must heal oneself first. As our wounds are healing, the wounds of the planet heal as well. They're also very clear that it's this sense of separation that is the root of all disharmony on the planet, and they're very well aware of our oneness, that what one does impacts the other. And they talk a lot about when you harm us, you harm yourselves. When you harm another human being, you harm yourself. And they're very clear. If we can it's all about opening our hearts, that if we open our hearts, we can and will heal the planet. And part of that is learning to be totally and fully present. Right? Just those few
Yeah.
minutes that you took at the beginning, we're so up in our heads and we're not in touch with our hearts or what's going on with our body. And, it's really in that state of being present where all of our power is. Here we've just got, circular thoughts that do not serve us. And part of that is taking some time to be present on a daily basis. And just so I interviewed my little guy Prince for the book. He's darling tuxedo cat. He's around here somewhere.
Oh, yay.
But he had a very sweet message about being how to connect with your own animals, and that's what they want. They want
Yes.
us to be present. They
Yes.
don't want us to be sitting, flipping through our phones, texting, listening to a podcast on the
Yes.
other, And I've had two cats before, my two guys now, that came specifically to teach me how to do that.
Yeah.
I could not meditate. I couldn't. I could not. And I learned that I have to be present first. And so, one of the things that I was guided to do for today is to just do a little grounding exercise,
Okay, great.
longer than you had started us out with. And then there's a Reiki meditation called the Healing Bridge meditation, or at least in my lineage, Reiki
Yes.
lineage. And it's a very beautiful meditation you can do to connect with your animals on a daily basis,
Yes.
or any animals. That if you hear there's a fire in Australia and you want to, connect. It's just a really beautiful, lovely way to do it. And it's the difference between my cat running away from me as soon as I started to go up in my head, and her running all the way across the yard towards me, right when I was at peace.
Yeah.
So if you'll humor me, guys,
I
uh,
love this. I love this so much. Thank you so much. I'm going to take myself off spotlight,
yeah,
put you fully, and thank you so much for doing this.
no, I need this too, you guys.
Yeah.
I really do. So I'm going to use a couple of different grounding practices than Denise. I love what she used, but I'll do something a little bit differently. So, what I want you to do first is just imagine a protective bubble in any color that you would like surrounding your physical body. And you can imagine another one around your house, around your neighborhood, between us and Washington, D.C., wherever you'd like to put that. Okay. And now I want you to just imagine a big hollow cord connected to your tailbone. And just allow that cord to open big and wide. And we're going to drop this cord all the way down into the center of the earth. So just imagine, if you'd like to participate, a big hollow cord from your tailbone just dropping farther and farther and deeper into Mother Earth. Okay, and once you're there, just be very aware of that magnetic core that can keep us grounded at all times. And if you'd like to, if you have anything on your mind that you'd like a little break from, you can just send those thoughts, fears, worries, whatever they are, down into the center of the Mother, and she'll transmute that for you. You can have it back, but sometimes it's nice to take a little break. Now really connect into the warm, loving presence of the Mother. The Mother is here to support us, to love us. And just take that love and just imagining just pulling up that pink, delicious, or whatever color you like, love from the Mother, up your tailbone, then up through your feet, all the way up your body, and to the top of your head. And if you'd like to imagine another warm, protective around you, you can do that. So we do this a lot when we work with sanctuaries. Like there was a sanctuary recently where there was a fire, and that's something we do to kind of calm and ground all the animals so they can be at peace and be more present. But I'd like to lead you in a short Reiki meditation if you're open. So this hand position is called Gasso, or I always mispronounce it. I'm actually a Reiki master for 20 years, but pronunciation thing never changes. But basically, this has a lot of different meanings. One of them is gratitude, but really this is ultimately about oneness. So just imagine with your hands like this that you're one, that there's no strife on the earth, there's only peace, and that you're surrounded by beautiful souls wanting to love and support you. Okay, so just observe your breath for a couple of minutes. One other little tip too is that if you breathe out longer than you breathe in, and you do that for about 5 minutes, like in to a count of 4, out to a count of 8, that stimulates your vagus nerve in the relaxation response. You can also just touch your chin to your chest, and that will activate it as well, or hum. And it's an amazing way to just kind of snap yourself out of it from time to time. So this time, let's bring just golden light, golden loving light up into your hands, up your arms, and just imagine that beautiful golden light going down into your lower belly, your hara, called many, many other things, but okay. So take another beautiful breath in and just breathe out golden light all around you. Breathe in golden light breathe out golden, loving light all around you. And one more time, let's breathe in that golden, loving light and exhale it through our heart or through our bellies into the space around us where our animals can come and connect with it if they wish. Okay, and with your hands in Gasho position or wherever you feel comfortable, you can bring to your mind and heart an animal that you would like to share this loving energy with. It can be one of your own animals, it can be one of the big cats, or you could just be open and see what animal comes forward for you. Okay, so feel loving kindness and compassion extending out like a beautiful bridge of light from your heart to the heart of the animal. And if it's a shy animal or one who's been traumatized, you can imagine the light just stretching out in front of them so they can choose to come across if they wish. So invite your animal to the bridge if they wish to do so. Imagine the bridge as a support to hold your animal. It is a bridge filled of love, perfect harmony, and balance. And just if you like, just breathe this way for a few minutes, just sharing your love, sharing your light, and sharing the space. And just do this for a couple of more minutes and pay attention to who comes to show up. It may be your own animal, and it may be someone else. So this is the place, this is the ideal place to connect with when you want to connect with an animal. Not always possible, but especially when you have a new animal or you're around an animal that's been traumatized. This can be really, really helpful. Okay, and now just breathe in and out a little more love and light for 2 more breaths. And you can just thank your animal and return to whatever position you feel comfortable in. And this, we are complete with this. Hope that calmed everybody down just a bit more.
I know it did for me. I wanted to leave us in the silence for just a minute
I know.
more.
I was like, maybe I should have done it at the end.
No, no, this was fantastic, Cindy. Thank you so much. And one thing I noticed, I do love this, and I was pressing in against, right in the heart there, and just putting a little bit of pressure and just breathing in and just letting go. I really appreciated that reminder. I noticed that as I started that bridge, and I was actually bridging with my cat who's on the other side first, and
Oh,
then she
cool.
guided me to bridge with a couple of cats that are on the planet.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, that was really cool. But I noticed immediately heart energy and my, eyes filling with tears and that opening, and I'm curious for you. I mean, you've been doing this forever, but as you continue to interact daily, hourly with all the animals, what do you notice for yourself? I know you've been doing it a long time, but is there,
It's incredibly heart opening.
yeah,
And when I do healing with animals, they heal me right back.
yeah, that's what I was feeling. Yeah.
And so many times, like my little guy Prince, I don't know if he probably won't let me pick him up to show him to you today, but he knows when I've had a bad day and he will come and get under the covers with me when I'm sleeping
Hmm.
and be right at my heart center
Wow.
purring.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you guys, your animals are doing that for you too. They have so much to share with you. They
Yeah.
want to support you. When a cat purrs, it can help bones and muscles
Yes.
heal. And,
Yes. Yes.
they're very powerful beings. And so, for many years, as I've been doing healing work with animals, I'll go like into a healing with like the worst stomach ache ever, and I walk away feeling like totally fine.
Mhm.
A lot of times it's more on the emotional level, but
Yeah.
like a couple weeks ago, I just was not in good shape. I was dealing with something really challenging, and a friend
Mhm.
and I went to a zoo that we frequent, and we had two buddies there, a male and female lioness,
Yeah.
and they asked us what kind of healing we would like. And they ran a healing for us, and I have been feeling fantastic since then. So you don't have to be an animal communicator. You don't have to
Right.
heal. There is healing for you everywhere around you. And that's one of the things last time we talked a lot about love because the cats are
Mhm.
all about love
Mhm.
and having compassion for each other and the human race. But really, um, in terms of that sense of separation,
Yeah.
we have lost our relationships with animals and nature. We've lost our connection to the animal world and to each other, right? I mean, you can't do something to someone else. If you're, I mean, sorry, I just totally lost my train of thought. You guys, I'm 64 and it's hitting me.
Yeah.
Um,
You're a youngin.
I'm younger than you.
No, you're not.
No one's younger than me. Okay.
No, we're very close in age though, so that's why you're a youngin.
Love it.
Yeah.
But really, the way to healing is love.
Yeah. That is it.
There's no doubt about it. And, when I think about how my life has changed from driving over the
Mhm.
hill, driving Highway 17, speaking at the Board of Supervisors,
Mhm.
all of this stuff
Yes.
comes with a traditional working
Yes.
life, right?
Mhm.
It wasn't until till I started to learn the energy work that I really began to be more calm and centered, and
Mhm.
um, they healed me. They absolutely.
They do. And Cindy, and again, you can share as much or as little as you want, but I know that you spend a lot of your time working with beings of many different types, cats
Yeah,
being one of them. Um, the message that you've been delivering, and again, at the very beginning, you said the same thing, that the challenges that we're facing, the real trauma that's happening each and every day right now, that it's temporary, and yet how do we move our way through this, both anchored in the reality, but also open to the healing, right? Like so anchored in reality, but and again, so as Saturn is getting closer to moving into Aries, as Neptune's getting closer to moving into Aries, we're being asked to take these practices that we have all, anyone who's listening to this has practices that are spiritual in nature, that are embodied, but we're being asked to take them and put things into action. So,
exactly.
what we just did was action. And I want to underscore that,
It
right?
is. Absolutely. It's one of the most powerful actions we could possibly take.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sending love.
Yeah.
Sending love. And yeah, and also, the time is really here for now for people to heal their own hearts. Right?
Hmm.
All of this starts from within.
Yeah.
Also, Brave does want to chime in that cut back on social media, cut back on the news, get more in touch, um, get more in touch with yourself and what really matters to you.
Hmm.
Um, and I know I just made a decision on Friday. I told my husband no more news. Uh,
Hmm. Yeah.
um, but really, this is a time when not only planetary wounds are coming up to heal, but all of our personal wounds
Hmm.
are coming up to heal.
Yeah.
I mean, I have been going through it since March, since I started the book.
Hmm.
Some
Yes.
big, horrible, huge thing will come up that has to do with a pattern that I need to break or
Hmm.
whatever that is. I'll heal it, and then 2 days later, there's something
Hmm.
else coming up to clear.
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
it's also a time of great opportunity. And I'd like to read something if that's okay
Yeah,
from.
absolutely.
So Odin is this magnificent lion at Love Lions Alive. Um, He says they do not realize the depth and interconnection between everything on the planet. It goes much deeper than anyone realizes. It is the spiritual, the energetic connection that unites all life. It may appear that we live in a very physical world, but it is the energy that ties everything together. It's important that humans treasure and protect this. They cut themselves off from universal force. They are able to do the harmful things they do because they're disconnected from the web of life. And oh, just so you guys know, I get really emotional when I read their messages. I might start
Yes.
crying in a minute.
Yes, of course.
But please understand that my well being is your well being. What touches the one touches the all. There is a way to bring the species together that can change everything that is happening in the world, but humans have to be willing. We have the power to save the earth, but it requires a willingness to approach things and have a different perspective. Serving the whole serves the one. Human hearts are shut down in order to enable them to live the life they are living. It is this disconnection that is the underlying force underneath all human problems. Every human ailment comes from this. Humans are destroying the animals, the planets, and their own souls by the actions that they are taking. Human souls are suffering. We must heal our souls. People must open their hearts to themselves first. Then they can heal the world. We cannot heal the world until the humans heal themselves. People must get in touch with their own hearts. It's time for humans to lead by their hearts, and she's saying, as the two of you have, as Kathy and I have, my co-author. Yeah. It starts with forgiving ourselves, then forgiving others. They must love themselves. They cannot learn to love others until they do. The love is the truth. If you wish your children to have a life worth living, hear these words. So it's, there's so many in the books. I mean, one of our snow leopard buddies gave us a big message that's very, very, very similar.
Yes.
Um, this is an opportunity. Yes, it's horrible. Yes, I don't want to watch the news. But to be connected with all life,
Mm-hmm.
to live from your heart. There is nothing that can touch you when you're in that space. It's just like the other morning, I was pretty upset about something.
Yeah.
And I heard a crow calling from my redwood trees. And I sent love to it, and it sent love to me back.
That is what I keep hearing from everyone is that the love is coming back.
The love is coming back.
Yeah.
You just have to be open to receive it. And no matter if you don't have a single friend, there is love here for you.
Yeah. And that, I really thank you so much, Cindie. I wanted to speak to this. Neptune is just in Pisces now for another 2 weeks. And Neptune spends, roughly 14 years in a sign. So we've had Neptune in Pisces to learn about love, to learn about compassion, to learn this. Again, Neptune in Pisces is highly intuitive, has helped us connect. Um, you know, Many of our personal journeys with animals have started pre-birth, I mean, obviously, but there's this last 14 years of really honoring all the realms, where this information is coming from, how this information is coming in, the practices that we have to connect, to clear, to regulate, to deepen. And on the 26th, when Neptune moves into Aries, and then on February 13th, when Saturn moves into Aries, and then on the 20th of February, when they are, conjunct exactly for the first time in thousands and thousands of years in Aries at 0 degrees, and this is the key. Something you said reminded me to say this. We have been learning these practices. We have been exploring them. We have been practicing practices. And the Aries piece is about advocacy for sure. And it starts with self. And that is something that the messages have been coming through for you about. It's not selfish to start with yourself. It is not, it is imperative, it is vital. It doesn't mean you stop with yourself, but you start there, you fill there. And when we can, and this is vital because we have people in our lives who are on the front lines right now, who are out there. We are all advocates for sanity. Let's just put it that way. We're advocates for sanity. And so we must fill up. We cannot come to this depleted. And that I think is what Neptune and Saturn wants forms. And Saturn says, look, you got to be, and I'm going to use the word, you've got to be disciplined. You need to do this. You need to be disciplined, not discipline like negative, harsh, but through love. Disciple, discipline, be a disciple of love.
And when you open your heart up to the natural
Mhm,
world, you'll never be alone again.
mhm,
There is love all around us. I mean, just
mhm.
go sit with a bush and just
Yeah,
breathe
right.
in and,
Yeah,
really feel and be open your
yeah,
heart to connecting with their energy.
yeah.
Plants are also powerful healers. So
Exactly.
you asked about what other kinds of animals I work with. I'm a certified whale and dolphin healer, which means
Right.
I bring the healing energy of the dolphins and whales in.
Mhm.
Um, and if you ever have me on your show again, I can always, bring them in and connect something. They're
Well, yes, let's do that.
okay. And I've also beginning to work with some off-planet beings, which I know sounds
Mhm.
very bizarre.
I think everyone here is good with that. And yet, here, as
Yeah.
this goes out
Okay.
on YouTube, we want to, feel free to explain as much as you wish.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah.
So, um, you know, things are really shifting for me. And you guys, this is when you do the work. When you do the work, your life becomes so beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, I have become a different person by listening to the cat's messages and
Hmm.
taking them to heart.
Yeah.
I've had so much anger about political stuff and all the rest of that, and it's gone.
Mhm.
It's gone. I'm neutral. But yeah, it's so as I'm healing myself, all these extraordinary things are starting to come into my existence. I had two off planet beings from Lyra and Vega that they're coming into some of my healings now. I was doing a session, I think, uh, with our mutual friends, Rochelle.
Yes.
She was doing the healing for me. Um, but what she saw was I was asking her about this horse I've been working. I work with a lot of horses, almost all pro bono. Um, but she saw an orb
Hmm.
inside of me,
Hmm.
and she said, "Oh my God, it's the angel of mercy."
Oh, wow.
So it's not every time when I do a
Mhm.
healing, but when there's really big intense stuff up, I ask the angel of mercy,
Yes.
and some amazing healings have been happening
Yeah.
just from that alone. But
Yes.
but one of the really fun things that happened recently was, so there's a woman by the name of Madeline Walker. She's probably the best. Well, she, Penelope Smith, and a couple other people are the best animal communicators in the world. But she's an extraordinarily high being. She, like me, works with the big cats and the whales. I mean, she works with animals of all kinds. And she has these starlight code sessions. And so, in her starlight code sessions, what she does is connect you with your star group.
Right. You want to explain that before you say any more so
Yeah,
people
so this is
understand
your
that?
star family. So, this is where I came from before I ever came to Earth.
Right.
Oh my God, my book is officially doomed to have no more sales. But it was this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful process
Mhm.
where she reconnected me with the Irma, Urmah, and they're leonine beings.
Mhm.
They're connected with Vega and Lyra, And they have endowed me with some more healing gifts. And, I'm learning from them. And what I'm going to be doing um, with their support. And you guys, your star families will be thrilled to meet with you again. I mean, it was like this beautiful reunion in addition to all the other Sekhmet came in because I was an initiate of Sekhmet many, many years ago in Egypt, and she's part of that whole.
And she's an Egyptian cat goddess, in case you're wondering.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
Sekhmet. Yes,
has his best set.
yes.
But it was a reunion, and they downloaded me with codes, with their
Mm-hmm.
codes.
Mm-hmm.
And it's their codes that are allowing me to do all of this stuff. And so, probably at the beginning of March, I'm going to start to do a 4 week um, um, attunement.
Yeah, good. Tell us more.
Um, well, it's it. What they have given me is codes to download for humanity.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And tell us more about codes.
Yeah, and so the codes are about opening ourselves up,
Yeah.
to who we truly, truly are. They're about healing. They're about love.
Mm-hmm.
And they are about aligning with the beings of our star groups.
Yes.
And there are many people that have leonine, lion, big
Yes.
cat ancestry. I have been a big cat about half as much as I've been a human.
Oh, that's cool. Well, I wasn't gonna say this, but now that you've outed all of this, I'm gonna say this.
Okay,
Every time, every time we meet and you have the cat in the background, I'm
yeah.
like, she's looking more and more like a lion.
Oh
She's
my
every your eyes, your face. I'm like, you're starting to blend.
God. Well, it's interesting because in my dreams, I'm a lion in my dreams. Some of my dreams now.
Yeah. Yeah. And I know that for some people this may seem a little out there, but you know what? It is something that if we go back to before we were taught to be different. Think
Mm-hmm.
about this just for a moment. What
Mm-hmm.
is one of the first things that little kids do when they're rolling around, they're crawling? They love to be animals. They love to. I'm a cat today. I can remember one of my friend's daughters. She was a cat for several years. She was a cat, and we just let her be a cat because that is what she was. She was a cat. I'm a horse. I'm a dog. And when we're young and we are not yet shaped by maybe some cultural norms, we have that, and we have the allowance to be who we are. We automatically drop into this knowing that we aren't, it would be a little arrogant to think that we're the only beings in the universe and that we're the only planet with life. That, yes, we might not know that scientifically yet, but certainly our souls have been and come from many, many, many different places in many different ways. So I love that you're sharing this with us today. Um, and I can really hear how your life has shifted. I can really hear again your advocacy. And this is the thing, as we move into Aries, Aries is the sign of helping those who don't have a voice or helping those who may seem powerless
Wow.
find their power. And so there is so much. Oh, that's very interesting. So, so there's so much that's happening right now, especially with dreams. So, segue into the comment in the chat. Um, so much happening with dreams, being shown where where we've where we've been, perhaps where we come from, where the energy is going to come from. And for Cindie and for some of us, it's in real time. Like we're doing it in real time because that is what we've been training for decades, is to be able to access this energy and share it. in appropriate ways. And that's what you're doing is you're sharing this with us right now. And each of you, these wonderful notes that, we get in the chat here are being shown your path. And it's a big one. I had a huge dream, which I'm gonna not share today, maybe another time. I had a huge dream over the weekend with a healing that I viscerally felt in my body. And I woke myself up on purpose so I could write it down. So yeah, they're coming in as many ways as possible. And Cindie, I wanted to speak to the social media thing. One of the things that it seems clear to me is that there was this phrase doom scrolling that showed up in our uh, language many years back, but it is doom scrolling is not actually healthy for our bodies. We're getting dopamine hits that are not actually that are hitting our brain and attuning us to something other than what we really want. Because many of us, we want to know what's going on because we want to help. We want to be part of the solution. And I think to limit, and I'm not a big social media fan, as you all know, because I can barely get myself to post. Um, you know, but there are times if I go on, so I'm outing myself here. If I go on and I mean, I could go down the rabbit hole too and watch, listen, feel what happens to your body. The
Mhm.
stress, blood pressure, it's not healthy. Know what's going on. Don't ignore what's going on, but you don't have to immerse in it to find your way to help. And I'm going to say what I do as my counteractive measure. If I've done that, I have a counteractive measure. I go and watch cat videos because what else is going to heal more? And there's some panther videos out there. There's I don't know if you're familiar. I wish I knew her name. I'm so sorry to this woman. I think her name is Anna or Anna. I don't know her last name, but she works animal communicator. She works maybe in Africa with cats in Africa, and just watching videos of big cats in general, or small cats, little domestic cats that love us and help our blood pressure re-regulate. As you said, the sound of a purr, you don't even have to be with the cat, although that would be ideal. But you can listen to purring and it will calm the nervous system. I mean, we're given so much. I mean, how amazing is this that we are given this on this planet? Right? And that they're sharing so much with you right now. And they have been. So I do want to say Cindy's been doing this a long time. So this is not new, but it is now that we need to hear it even more.
Right. Yeah. And
Yeah.
just so you guys know, I don't know if any of you were on the call I was on earlier, but I'm not this special, unique person that has a gift. It's like,
Well, you are.
well, I mean, I've worked on it. I've
Yeah.
honed my craft, right? But I mean, we all can do this. We
Yeah.
did this as kids until people started saying, oh no, your little pink panther isn't real, or,
Yeah.
you can't really talk to animals. So we all can do this. And it all starts with being present
Hmm.
and being able to open our hearts.
Hmm. Yeah.
And the animals of this world have no judgment.
Yeah, that's true. Even
They're
though
so
they have been,
sweet.
and this is always a question in the horse community, in any community really, how is it that they have stuck with us all these years? How is it?
Yeah, they're just higher beings. I mean, trying to think. I had anyway, I had a quote around here somewhere about that, but um, yeah, I mean, just like this message from the mountain lions. Mountain lions are being really vilified in some places
Hmm.
in the country, and there was just a
Yeah.
death in Colorado. And just so
Hmm.
you know, most mountain lions only kill if they're very old
Hmm. Or disease, they have
or
illness.
diseased.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly. Or there's something neurological going on.
Hmm.
Um,
Hmm.
but here's what they're saying: we wish no harm to the humans or animals around us. We just want to live in peace. He talks about human killings and all that. Um, Although we are often vilified in the press or social media, we are genuinely a gentle species. We hunt only to survive and nourish our physical bodies. We choose only animals who are not well and compromised in some way. And I have found out that, animals have soul contracts with each other, and so
Uh,
do animals and humans,
yeah,
right?
that makes sense.
This is according to the law of mutual cooperation and collaboration with all
Mm.
species. We respect all life, including the humans that have treated us with such contempt and hatred.
Wow.
Although many humans wish us harm, we hold humans in our hearts and wish only good for all of them. We wish for the hearts and minds of humans to be healed so that they can look at the world with kind and compassionate eyes and hearts.
Amazing.
They don't judge. They
Yeah.
don't
We're
judge.
so blessed. We're so
Their
blessed.
hearts are so open.
Hmm.
They understand. They understand that people act out of pain
Hmm.
and disconnection from themselves. Otherwise, how would you be able to kill such a beautiful, beautiful thing? Especially those people that go to canned lion hunting things where there's a tiger or a lion 6 feet from you, and you just stick your gun out.
Yeah.
Um, I
It's so hard to understand.
yeah,
It is. Cindy, I don't know, hopefully this is an okay question to ask. Given your love of all animals, what do you think led the big cats to seek you out and for you to connect with them? I
yeah,
know it's probably in the book. Again, I've read the book and I encourage anyone who
yeah.
wants to read the book to get the book, but
No,
what was it?
totally clearly. So, um, I mean, it was definitely making an effort on our parts,
Yeah.
and we go to a lot of zoos and animal sanctuaries,
Hmm.
and we offer healing for those who
Yeah.
wish it. We communicate, um, um, and so, and we talk to them. We say things like I wrote a. Um, we were at a certain zoo couple of weeks ago, and there's this beautiful leopard that has never like come down from his perch way up high. Well, we walked in, and our friend, the black leopard, was there was something wrong with his digestion,
Mhm.
and so we asked if he wanted some healing, and he said, please, whatever, and we did, and he felt better almost right away, and then he walked around huffing, which is that's their purr.
Yeah.
And so this beautiful angel um, came down. I mean, she's been there for a year and a half. She came down. She's never come down from the top of her perch, right?
Wow.
And some of it is the healing, but some of it is the way that we see them. And I'd love to. Oh shoot! I don't know if we've time. Okay, wait. Just a quick quote from this leopard who'd been bred over and over and over and over again. Um, Basically, we told her, and we make a habit of this when we go to the zoos.
Mhm.
Some of these animals don't know who they are, and when we told her what a sacred, incredible being that she was, that's when everything changed. We told him how sacred and beautiful as actually as she was, and how much she mattered to the earth, in particular as ambassadors for her species. We reminded her that her presence helps his brothers and sisters in the wild by teaching others about them. His response brought tears to my eyes. For the first time in my life, I feel seen. I feel respected. And we were just in tears. He started walking around and huffing and all that. And it's like, it's not even offering the healing. It's having a positive intent, but also seeing them as the way they really are, seeing them in
Mhm.
their wholeness. So often we go to a zoo or someplace like that, and we have so much pity, and that's a very loving, compassionate, but they don't want our pity.
Mm.
They want you to understand that even though they may be behind bars, they are whole, they are sacred.
It's good to know.
And so, simply by going to a zoo or sanctuary and coming with that
Mhm.
understanding.
Okay.
It's life changing for those animals.
That's really good to know because I will not go to zoos
Uh
because
huh.
it's really hard. I feel
Right.
that I feel a sense of shame. That's
Uh
actually
huh.
what comes
Uh
up
huh.
for
Uh
me
huh. I get
is
your point.
that humans have basically incarcerated the animals. Now, sanctuaries are a little different because, and we do have, or we used to have up here, we used to have a big cat sanctuary. I don't think it's here anymore, but they were a little different because the purpose was to help them heal and a little bit different. But I appreciate what you're saying because under the circumstances, on the one hand, do I want to support that? But on the other hand, I want to be able to support the animals that are there.
Yeah. And if you just go like we did today, do that little meditation with them,
Hmm.
that will change their entire day, maybe their entire week. They're constantly bombarded. And then there are
Yeah,
those people that are like, go like this to the gorillas and, roar at the lions and all that.
yeah,
Just being there, even just sitting in front of them in a place of presence and connection for two
yeah.
minutes can
Okay.
change their entire week.
That's really good information. I mean, so much. Cindy, there's so much. I mean, obviously you'll be back again, and maybe next time we'll do whales and dolphins, and I'll pull.
I would do it. I would do a healing with them.
Oh, that'd be so great. But I want to encourage everyone. So again, Cindy's here today because, and again, she said it, and I think it's important because every one of us can do this.
Mm-hmm.
Cindy's message is we can do this. Each of us has the capacity. And we just need to be reminded. And so get on Cindy's, I'll put your website underneath the YouTube as well. Get on Cindy's mailing list now that she's got her fabulous new website. And that way we'll know, Cindy, when you're offering something that will support our own learning, but also support you in supporting the healing around the planet. And again, a reminder as we move closer to the shifts happening, and there's a lot of big shifts this year. There's so much opportunity. There's so much opportunity for healing right now. And going forward, it may not look that way, but I think Cindy said it really well at the beginning.
It
We,
absolutely is.
yeah,
This is a time of golden opportunity
mhm,
to heal yourself and heal the world.
yeah,
And
yeah,
it happens one person at a time.
exactly. It really does. And there is a quote, I don't have it right in front of me, of course, but from Helen Keller about something like, I'm just one, but I am one.
Mm.
And it's something like that.
Wow, that gives me goosebumps.
Yeah, and that idea of being able to feel the oneness, which that oneness meditation that you brought us into, and being able to understand that within our oneness, we are one. And so again, Aries, there's a lot, we could go on as usual.
And I'll just say quickly because it's 11,
Yeah.
but we are all so powerful, you
Yes.
guys.
Yeah.
When you start to learn healing or just even be present, you
Yeah.
will be astounded by your own power. We are
Yes.
powerful beings.
Exactly. So I'm going to stop the recording now, but I want to thank everyone here. And then, but